Hello, Scorpio. I'm Ulrich. I'm a Ramon card reader, but today we will do the financial card reading for the sign of Scorpio for the month of November. As always, we will do 4 card readings for the sign of Scorpio for the month of November. And these are based on the natural elements in your astrological chart, or for some of you on your time of birth. These elements are air, earth, water, and fire. Now, the 4 objects that you always see on my table are directly connected to those elements. So you choose or you pick one that you think relates most to your personality, or you choose one you feel most comfortable with. This object of your choice, it should or it will relate the best to your current financial situation. However, if the video and the related object does not match your first choice, please check the other videos that are connected in the same session. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. Anyway, the matches represent the fire element, the stone represents the earth element, the aerosol sprayer represents the air element, and the shell represents the water element. So Scorpio, here we go for your financial card reading for November 2021. Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to the Shell or the Water group for your philosophical financial card reading for November 2021. As the first card here, we see the card of love. This probably points that you love the people around you, your wife, your children, you love them very dearly, and probably you show them affection in any way you can. But this card tells you you probably show too much affection in the financial way. And how do you do that? Why, of course, by spoiling them. You buy them a present here and there, you give them amount of money there, and probably you take them to dinner, or you spend a lot of takeouts. Anyway, you do this all to express your feelings towards these people as a gift to them. And year by year, you go to malls, you search for the rare pearl in the supermarket that will make their eyes shine once more. But as we know here, love cannot be bought. And here this card tells you to reevaluate your situation rather than shopping around in malls, thinking how to please the loved ones. Simply, the most precious gift of all that you can give them is, of course, your time. Nobody has time anymore, so this is the most precious gift of all in our current society. So take simply some quality time with your people, with the people around you, with your loved ones, with your family, whatever, and show interest in them by valuing them with your time and not with money. The best memories that we share and that we carry with us are those who are related to small anecdotes, funny situations that happened in our life, activities that we did with the loved ones, and of course it don't come from object, toys, or whatever. So this card tells you to be gentle with yourself and see the positive impact that it will have if you invest your time. It will deepen the relationship with your loved ones. The second card that we see here is the card of visual reminders. Probably this group are a lot of persons here who pay with bank cards. And this card tells us probably we need to adjust the way we pay with our bank cards. Despite probably your best intentions, here we see that we probably pay too much with our bank card. We are easy to use our bank card, and maybe our situation is with our bank accounts is not as we would like them to be. And this card wants you to teach a small trick. It wants you to put visual reminders on your credit cards. For example, you can put a small sticker in the card, in the corner of the card, and every time you are about to pay, you see this visual reminder there, and then you ask yourself, probably because this is the intention, oh la la, I'm going to pay again. So this makes you think twice. This is what it's about, that you are less easy to pay with your credit cards. Also, for instance, most of us buy a lot of stuff online now, and maybe you change your passwords, your payment password in truly necessary or reasonable. Such a password will force you to think twice before confirming certain transactions and think about the necessities of the things that you are about to buy online. Of course, we need to change these visual aids periodically, because our brain gets used to those visual aids, and on the long run, they don't work anymore. So you need to be creative here and administer those small things, and limit your tendencies for superficial spending. The last card here, it tells us here that this is about food, the way we eat here. Today we live in a hectic world, and probably here we see again that there are some issues here about the budget, or maybe the budget is not in balance. But here this tells you with this card that probably we need to pay attention on what we buy. Here with this card, this is also a card of takeouts, going to restaurants. Maybe we need to change the tendency in the way that we eat. Maybe we need to manage this more. Instead of always ordering takeouts, going to restaurants, maybe you need to take your pots and your pans back out of the closet and buy some healthy foods and start cooking yourself if that is possible in your time. Anyway, this card tells us we should limit here takeouts, going to the restaurants, and at the end of the month, this leaves us with a hefty bill. So this card tells you to break the chain of spending for takeout, for restaurants, and start to cook yourself, cook more healthy. You will feel healthy, and the most important thing is your wallet. Your wallet will feel more healthy if you apply this tendency. Anyway, Scorpio, for the water group, this is all for this month. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this financial card reading. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other 3 card readings that are connected here, and please check out also now the short love card readings that we do each month for the sign of Scorpio. Anyway, I want to thank you for your time, and check out also the extensive Lenormand card readings that we do for your sign. Anyway, thank you for your time, and we see each other in my other videos, I'm sure. Bye-bye for now. Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to the Aerosol or the Air group for your financial card reading for the month of November, for your philosophical financial card reading list. The first card that we are seeing here is the card of our monthly payments. So what does this mean? Well, we have all monthly payments. Each household has them. We have our fixed telephone bill. We have our internet expenses, insurances, magazine subscriptions. These are all recurrent and systematic, and you probably pay little attention or no attention to them. But did you know that a large proportion of people do not even notice increases? Possibly you signed in during a promo, and afterwards we don't pay attention to them anymore. But mostly those firms, whatever the subscription is, they adjust, they take you out of the promo, and actually you pay more after. And you don't pay attention even if this is increased. And they have the right, of course, to increase this without your consent. So this card is about that. You need to check if you cannot get better in better promos. You should be an informed consumer, as that is called. You should check on these changes in expenses on regular basis. Anyway, especially the ones who came with time limited discounts here, we need to track of the expiration of these things. Anyway, if you can call your internet company to see if you can have new discounts, the ones you had before. For instance, let your insurance portfolio reviewed. Take the advice of a broker, because we can save money with that way. Check your annual and monthly expenses on your bank account. Check what you pay for withdrawals. Compare with other banks, and if you see that these expenses are over the top, a lot of us now go into internet banking these days. Why? Because we pay very few for internet banking. Why this? Well, these people have no branches, they have no staff, so we pay very few with that kind of bank. The only thing we pay is our plastic credit card, and a small amount each time we withdraw, and on year basis this could save you 1,000 to 2,000 euro or dollar. Don't be surprised if you save that kind of amount, because banks are very smart. You don't pay attention every time you withdraw money, but at the end of the year it costs us a lot of money, the annual expenses. Here we see here also that these amounts, of course, they mount up, as I said, to the end of the year. The second card that we are seeing here is the card of luck. So probably we are in a more prosperous condition in our life. Anyway, here we see that there is happiness in our life, but this is about essential expenses, about basic needs that we have, and if we buy certain things, that this gives us satisfaction on the long run. A lot of people are confused and they think that certain things will give them a satisfaction on the long run, but actually it has not. So here we are told to take a break of the pursuit of happiness. It all depends, of course, what is your expectations, what is your standard of living? Is that about kings? Have you middle expectations, or are you happy with few things in your life? Anyway, we need to consider here with this card that probably the treasure is already very close to us, and that probably is our family members and the people who are close to us. If money was so strongly connected with happiness, then we need to ask ourselves, why are so many of the super rich depressed, and are they in serious issues here in certain parts of our life? So we see here that money don't make happy. Anyway, money is of course essential to meet our basic needs, but if ever these needs are fulfilled, the quest of fulfillment in life becomes something totally different. And as I said, maybe it's already close to you, the little things in your life, maybe your children, maybe the people who actually really love you, maybe that's the real deal. Then the last card that we see here is the card of compensations. We work hard in our life, we are correct with our payments, and we compensate ourselves. And maybe this card asks you, do you compensate yourself with things that are not actually necessary? This card tells us we can satisfy ourselves with simple things. For instance, it's very cold outside. We come back and we drink a glass of milk with honey, and it gives us a very good feeling. It's very hot outside, and we come home and we drink a glass of iced tea with a lot of ice cubes, and we are very satisfied. This is the rewards, what this is about. Sometimes it's not about the rewards, the way we reward ourselves, but we need to find out what makes us tick in life. And here this card asks you to do that, so you spend less money on those rewards or awards that you give to yourself. This card asks you to think about rewards that makes you smile without your wallet is bleeding. Here we see that, for instance, for some people, this could be a walk in a forest, a walk around in the neighborhood, reading time, music, go to the library, get some books, get some music in the library, or get some movie in the library, or we can watch a movie online. This will cost us less money than foreseen here. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, with either this activity is idle or it's an active, even if you take a run and this gives you satisfaction, you need to get to know yourself better here. This card says, for seeing what makes you tick, because it's not in financial rewards here. You will save more money and you will progress more in your life if you compensate yourself in a less expensive way. Anyway, this is what the cards are telling us here, Scorpio, for the air group. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this financial philosophical card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other 3 card readings that are connected here, and also check out the short love card readings now we do each month for the sign of Scorpio, and of course the extensive card readings that we do each month for your sign. Anyway, I want to thank you for your time, and I'm sure we see each other in my other videos. Thank you for your time, and bye-bye for now. Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to the Stone or the Earth group for your philosophical financial card reading for November 2021. As the first card here, we see the card of awards. Probably you work hard in your life, and sometimes we want to reward or award ourselves with certain things. And this card tells you to reward with things that make you tick. What is that? Well, for instance, you go outside, you take a walk, it's very cold outside, you come home and you offer yourself a glass of milk with honey. It gives you a very good feeling. Or it's very hot outside, you come back home and you make yourself a glass of iced tea with ice cubes, and the same feeling comes to you. This is about we give ourselves rewards that don't cost a lot. This is probably an area, maybe we are easy to reward ourselves with certain gadgets or certain things in our life that we don't actually need. But of course, it's normal that we reward ourselves with certain things, or that we take certain services. It's a well-known practice, but here we get this card tells us not to overdo it. Don't destroy certain efforts that you have done in your life, because maybe you come already far in your life. And we cannot destroy any efforts that we did before. Of course, you deserve a reward, but the question is it wise to buy gadget things that you don't actually need? Maybe it's time to overthink this approach here. This card tells us maybe you can chase the purchase in something non-substantial, as there is a walk, a reading, music, things that don't cost money and actually make you tick. Either, or you can go for a jog or for a walk, whatever it is, idleness or activity. Get to know yourself better and see what makes you tick with things that don't cost money. The second card that we see here is the card about a repayment of debts. So probably in some of your credit cards, because this is not actually a bad card reading, but maybe for this group, they have certain debts on credit cards that they are not aware of. Sometimes it's like that, we don't know anymore. And here, if you have certain debts on a credit card, this card tells you to work out some strategy for repaying this. If you know about this, that you have debts on credit cards, here this card tells you not to be discouraged. It's with small amounts, because we have the next card here of the small amounts of money. It's by paying back small amounts of money that we get balanced out. If you have actually loans and you are in a more difficult situation, write down the respective rates and establish your priorities. Here we can see that if we have credit cards, on some credit cards, they are real sharks. It's probably the credit card that is in your wallet that even if you are very low, below zero, this credit card still gives you money. Normally, these are the cards that charge enormous interests, and this is really sharking. So you need to check out if this is the case, because that's probably why this card is here. And this card tells you to balance this out. If this card really overcharges you, please get rid of this card. Card tells us, and try to find another cheaper company for using for your payments. It costs us a lot of money. For instance, if we buy an article and if we calculate the interest, sometimes it costs us 20–25% more than was our intention. Why? Because we didn't balance out the account by the end of the month. And of course, then these people start to smile because you don't balance yourself out and they charge you enormous interest. So this card tells you to pull yourself together, try to reduce your debts by adding small amounts of money here. This is the next card here. Try to balance this out with small amounts of money, and if this expensive credit card is balanced out, you can re-evaluate yourself. And then we see that with this small amounts of money that we are saving, because this is the card of small amounts of money here, if we spend small amounts of money with a credit card, it's double this card. We think, oh, it's not such big this expense, but by spending always small amounts, sometimes we come in problems. It's not the first person that comes in serious problems because they have no more overview, because they pay always small things, they pay for small gadgets, they don't pay attention. But here this card tells us, if you want to progress in your life, that each coin or each small bill is of great importance. So the next time you visit a store, check what you have bought, see what is essential, look at the articles in your basket and check yourself about the necessity. If you no longer value small amounts of money, well, maybe this card tells you you are overspending. So give the small coins and your attention here, give it its moment of glory, balance out if you have certain debts on accounts. If you do so, you will be able to give yourself compensations in a different way. Maybe there's a trip where you already longed for a very long time, and maybe you can save up for that one. So Scorpio, for the stone or the earth group, this is all for this month. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this card reading, this philosophical card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other 3 card readings that are following here. Anyway, also check out our monthly short love card readings that we do now, and of course the extensive card readings that you already know for the sign of Scorpio every month, but that is then the Lenormand card reading. Anyway, I want to thank you for your time you spend on my channel, and we see each other in my other videos, I'm sure. Thank you, and bye-bye for now, Scorpio. Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to the matches or the fire group for your philosophical financial card reading for November 2021. As the first card here, we see the irregularities of life here. What does this card mean? Well, it means that no matter in what stage of our life we are, old, young, middle, when it comes to money, it's unrealistic that we never need to prepare ourselves for certain irregularities in our life. And this card asks you, you see that the pig is here protected by the umbrella, that we need to see that we are prepared for certain irregularities in our life. So this card asks us if we have a rescue plan. Do we have a safety cushion? Do we have savings? This card asks you, even if you're in very good financial conditions, that you should see that you have some savings, because life is, as we know, it's unpredictable. We never know what will happen, when it will happen, and we need to ask ourselves these questions. Also, this is the card about insurance. Do you have sufficient insurances in your life? Is your income stable? Is your car well maintained? Is it still doable? Can you still keep it for a few years? Is it well maintained? These are all things that are connected to these cards. Anyway, also it's about savings, because the pig is here. Do you have a little bit of savings, or do you have no safety cushions at all? Do you spend everything? Could you survive a pay cut? This is a card of questions here that we are seeing here. So this card asks you to reflect over things that we cannot foresee and act in control if necessary. And we try to balance ourselves out, and we foresee the unforeseen. The second card is the card of resilience that we are seeing here. Probably we are in a situation that we were before, in a difficult situation, and it's like we are balancing back here. We reflect over our situation. We weigh pros and cons of our actions. Probably we learned certain lessons in our life, and you made the best out of it, and now you're slowly improving here in your life, slowly here with every little gestures that counts in your life, you slowly moving towards more security. Probably that's also why the first card is here. Maybe you become more aware of flaws that you have in your life, weaknesses. Maybe you are able now to turn these into advantages for yourself, for protecting yourself. This is what we are seeing here. Here we see that we now are resilient, and certain storms in our life are probably calmed, and you see the importance of certain lessons that we learned in our life. Then we have the last card here. This is the card of that every gesture, everything that we do, a small amount of money, it counts here. And this card asks you to observe your bank account here. And it tells you that even if you spend small amount of money with a bank card, it has certain consequences. We see also that nowadays we don't pay too much cash anymore, and this card tells you maybe you should go back in the old style, try to pay cash. Why? Because we have a better overview over our finances. Why? Because every time we pay cash, it gives us a pain impulse in our brain, and if we pay with castic, we have no sense what we are doing. We only see by the end of the month what we have paid, and most of us don't even open the envelope. It just go immediately in the paper bag. So this card tells you to pay cash here again, and try to get your better control over your financial situation here, so you can improve yourself more. Don't buy things that are not really necessary, and make yourself safe for if times would get bad in your life, or maybe less fortunate as the situation we're in now. So Scorpio, for the fire group, this is all for this month. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this philosophical card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other 3 card readings that are connected here. Anyway, we have also the short financial love readings now on my channel, and of course the monthly extensive readings that we do every month for the sign of Scorpio. Anyway, I want to thank you for your time you spend on my channel, and we see each other, I'm sure, in my other videos. Thank you for your time, and bye-bye for now.